Hello everyone, so we are going to be covering my favorite topic today, diastasis recti, also known as ab separation, or I oftentimes will use the acronyms DR for diastasis recti when I'm talking about it, just because it's kind of like diastasis recti, trying to type it out all the time is kind of annoying. So if I'm talking about diastasis recti, I will sometimes call it diastasis recti, sometimes I'll call it DR, sometimes I'll call it ab separation, just so you know, kind of when you see me talking about it, you'll know what this is and why I'm talking about it, the importance of it. So we're going to quickly go over our muscles, our core muscles, and how they work so this makes sense to you, okay? So we have our rectus abdominis, which are the muscles that run downwards, and this would also be known as our six-pack. And then we have our internal muscles that are like a corset that wrap around. And we have other muscles. We have the obliques, and there's other muscles in this group, but I'm specifically talking about the rectus abdominis, which is these, and the transverse abdominis, which are the ones that wrap around like a corset. Okay, so that's what we're talking about today. So who's at risk for DR? There is several subgroups of people that are at risk, but the highest is mothers. Mothers who have had pregnancy. If you're a mother, you've been pregnant. And so your belly, you know, when the baby grows, it stretches and it will pull the muscles apart. Now, this is not always the case for everyone, but for the most part, if you've had a child or had especially multiple children, you're going to have some form of a diastasis recti, okay? So what we're trying to do is we're trying to do preventative care. We're trying to take care of our core so that we don't get to the point where we have, you know, 4, 5, 6 finger separation and our whole entire body is compromised. So between pregnancies, during pregnancy, we want to always be focusing on these muscles and doing exercises and posture. Posture is also very important to help keep these muscles closed and strong and not weak and pulling apart. So I'm very passionate about this because I know some people personally, and I'm part of many fitness groups who talk about these issues frequently, is women are at such high risk for diastasis recti, and many people, most people don't talk about it. So they'll have their baby, and you know, the doctor's talking about all the stuff that they shouldn't be doing, but they don't even bring up exercise or posture at all. And so these women don't understand, they don't know that there's a lot of exercises that people frequently do that are actually they can be very damaging, and they can make diastasis recti even worse, okay? So I'm going to show you how to check yourself for diastasis recti, but really quick, since I feel like this is the most important thing, is we're going to talk about a couple of the exercises that are like huge no-nos, okay? Even if you don't have a diastasis recti, please don't do these exercises, because there's exercises that are far superior and better, and these can cause diastasis recti. If you don't have diastasis recti, then it can cause it. If you have a diastasis recti already, then it's definitely not helping you, okay? It's going to be more damaging than anything. So this is really important to go over, and like I said before, in my workouts, I make safe workouts for diastasis recti because I'm passionate about this, and I want women to be aware of it, and I want them to know. I wish their doctors and midwives would do it, but since most don't, I want them to know, please don't do these exercises, especially after having a baby, and especially before knowing whether you actually have a diastasis recti or not. And even, like I said, even if you don't, just don't do these exercises at all, okay? I'm going to share better alternatives. So the big ones, and there's a more extensive list. However, the biggest ones that that they do frequently, and they're like classic exercises that are just huge no-nos, please don't do them, are crunches, sit-ups, and scissor-type exercises when your legs are straight, laying on your back. You're doing scissor-type movements with straight legs. These are like the worst ones that you can do. And so please avoid these, okay? And then a lot of the twisting type ones can be dangerous, so we're going to be avoiding those. And then planks, if you have a diastasis recti, please don't do the planks either. Planks are actually wonderful exercises, and I love to use them when you don't have a diastasis recti. So I don't have a lot of planks in my exercises. I will be using them a little bit in my later workouts, and when I do, I will always have a little clause saying, if you have diastasis recti, please don't do these, okay? So we'll do alternative exercises. So the planks are kind of my exception, where I'm like, yes, I do like to use them, but only if you don't have diastasis recti. Crunches and sit-ups and scissor type movements are my absolute, like, never. I don't care if you don't have a diastasis recti. If you have a diastasis recti, then especially not, okay? So I just want to say that first off before we do anything else. Avoid those exercises. And I will be sending a more extensive list. I'm going to be including this video in the email, and I will have more information actually written out about this as well, okay? So I'm going to quickly show you how to check for diastasis recti so you're aware if you have one or not. And actually, honestly, if you can find a physical therapist who specializes in core, specifically in women, and pelvic, then I highly recommend you make an appointment and go see him or her, and they will help you so much. And it's great to kind of get an idea. They'll give you like, okay, you're this many fingers, you know, width or whatever. But if you're just at home and you kind of want to get an idea, then I'm going to go ahead and show you how to properly check yourself for diastasis recti. So let's get into it really quick. Okay, so what you're going to do is you're going to lay on your back. Make sure I'm in the screen here. Okay. And what you're going to do is you're going to lift your head up, kind of like you're going to be doing a crunch. But remember, crunches are bad. We're not doing a crunch for any reason other than to like check our diastasis recti, because this is why you don't want to do it, is because it's activating and pulling those muscles apart. And that's how you're able to feel. Okay? So we're not doing a full crunch at all, but we're going to be lifting our heads up like this. Okay? And what you're going to do is you're going to start at the breast, like under the breastbone here, and you're going to feel, and you're going to be feeling for the ridges of your muscles on either side. Okay, so I don't have any diastasis recti up here. You're going to keep feeling down. Feel those ridges of those muscles. I'm getting a slight separation here at my belly button. So I'm going to measure it. I'm using my fingers to measure. I'm at about a 1.5 to 2 right here at my belly button. That's my weakest spot. And you're going to keep moving down all the way down to your pubic bone. And you're going to feel, I don't have any diastasis recti lower. So I'm closed here, and I have a slight separation at my belly button. Okay? So again, you're going to just get your head up, activate those muscles. You're going to use your fingers. Don't be afraid to push down. Feel for those muscles. Okay? And use your fingers to measure, okay? So that's how you're going to check yourself for diastasis recti. Notice when I'm done laying on my back, I'm rolling over onto my side, and I'm carefully getting up, okay? And this is important. Why is this important? Because posture is also very important for helping you. You don't ever want to sit up from laying on your back, because that's bad. That's not good for diastasis recti. So please, when you're getting up or on the floor and off of the floor or on your bed or wherever, always roll onto your side. Don't ever sit up, okay? That's a big one. And since I'm going to be doing a lot of workouts and videos with you, I'm going to be getting on the floor for a lot of exercises, and you will notice when I'm doing those videos, I'm always rolling to my side before I get up, and I want you to make sure you're doing the same thing, okay? Also, just standing straight. You know, it's when we're sitting here crunching like this, it's not helping our muscles. So straight, you know, suck your belly in, and just keep those muscles engaged. When you're walking, especially when you're exercising, you're engaging those muscles, okay? So I'm not going to go over everything right now because it's very extensive, but these are the really important points, okay? Exercises to avoid, how to check yourself for a diastasis recti, and then what are you going to do about it, right? If you have a diastasis recti, you're going to want to work on closing it, and that's why I am sharing workouts that are safe, okay, because this is going to help. This is going to encourage your muscles to close and definitely not pull further apart. That's what we're trying to avoid. And I'm glad that I'm able to share this with you. This is something I'm really, really passionate about, and it's why I want to become a personal trainer. I'm working towards that. I'm hoping next year. And I'm also eventually, hopefully, going to become a MooToo professional. Wendy Powell is the founder of the MooToo program, and I highly recommend it. Like, if you can afford to buy a lifetime membership, her workouts are fantastic. They're so good, and they helped me so much after I had my baby to close my diastasis recti. And she doesn't just work on the diastasis recti, but she's also working on pelvic floor exercises. Okay, so I highly recommend her program as like a supplemental. I'm sharing a couple workouts that I've created that are really great to get started, especially if you can't afford a membership right now or whatever. But if you can, I highly recommend her program. That's MUTU, MooToo System Program. If you just look it up on Google, it will pop right up. I have a lifetime membership, and like I said, I love it, and I highly recommend it. So let me think. Is that it? I think that covers everything. Like I said, thank you for watching this. I'm so glad that I have women that I can share this with, and hopefully save you from further hurting yourself, injuring yourself. I've talked about this with other people, and it's so sad because a lot of women are injuring themselves. They're damaging themselves, and oftentimes they don't even know why. They don't know what's causing it. You know, they don't understand why they have a mummy tummy that's always bulging out when they're, you know, they're fit and they're eating well, and they're like, I don't understand, but I have like a mummy tummy that won't go away. This is almost always diastasis recti. And so if you get those muscles closed, your stomach is going to flatten so much just from that, okay? When I was doing my program after having my 5th child back in May, he's 8 months old now, my stomach, most of you have seen the before photos. I had a really like big stomach that hung over my pants, and just using that, and of course it was weight loss too, because I lost 30 pounds, so of course it was definitely fat as well. But I was able to get my stomach like almost completely, like, I still have some fat to lose there, but like I said, my diastasis recti just at my belly button is completely closed everywhere else except for my belly button, and it's pretty minimal at my belly button. So the program definitely works. If you have any questions, let me know, and I'll kind of show you, you know, my stomach. Like I said, I still have some fat to lose for sure. I have about 20 pounds left to lose, so I'm not at my goal yet. But my stomach, I mean, it's it's made a lot of progress, and a lot of that is thanks to being very careful about the exercise that I'm doing, making this workout myself, you know, doing a lot of research and finding, you know, what is safe, what works. And this is all part of me becoming a personal trainer and hopefully growing and learning more, because I'm always constantly learning, and I'm so passionate about this. I'm always sucking up information. And so, yeah, I think that's it. If you have questions, please let me know. I'm going to get this email sent out so that you can get to your workout and start strengthening that core. I did the workout several times over the weekend and yesterday because I was filming it for you all, and my core is sore. I'm like, yay, it's working. At first, when you first do it, you don't feel anything, and then like the next day and then the second day, you're like, oh, yeah, I definitely feel that it's working. So anyways, I hope you enjoy. Thank you so much for watching. Bye.